Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. Then we can be assured that other nations will not treat America with respect, the respect that we deserve.
What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video. And today, we have some major headlines developing, and quite frankly, folks, they're all too important just to ignore. So today, we're going to be looking at three major headlines that have been developing the past 24 hours that, again, some people are talking about it, but I think everybody, and I mean every single person that's on the right, that's a Republican, that's a conservative, whatever, needs to be talking about, as these are such a huge collection of stories that the fact that it's not the number one talked story right now, well, one of these maybe is, the other two are certainly not. They need to be discussed because they're so massive, and again, you can't just ignore these stories. So yeah, this is a different type of video, and if you do enjoy these type of videos, and I hope you do, by the way, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes. And before I forget, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And yeah. So let's get right into it. There is three major headlines we must discuss. Two of them are related to the best senator in the country, Ron DeSantis. Again, Ron DeSantis, the Ron, Chad Santis, the refrigerator, whatever you want to call him. He made a lot of people mad the past couple days, and rightfully so. These people he pissed off are the correct ones. But before we get to why he pissed them off, we have one of Trump's former lawyers not backing DeSantis. You heard that right, folks. Jenna Ellis, who I've been saying for months, at least months, possibly years, she is one of the biggest money launderers in the country. She was a Trump campaign attorney during the election contest. We all know how that went. So this clown here, who Trump, spent millions on, she laundered so much money from Trump, is essentially saying, Disney is bad, right? Disney's bad, okay? But if this was the Democrats doing this to Chick-fil-A, it's bad. We must stop it. And if you don't know what's happening, DeSantis signed a bill that essentially revoked all special protections for the Disney Corporation. Essentially, Disney had kind of their own little, essentially you call it its own city. That's what it is. And as you can tell, certain people were not happy. The neocons, these libertarian losers that don't understand basic economics. They really think it's a good idea that Disney controlled every single thing in this part of Orlando. Again, or I think it's Orlando, yes. And essentially what it did is simple. They control the fire departments, they control their own government. Disney controlled everything in this area. And you have these lowbirds pissed off that DeSantis did revoke this for free market principles. How is it fair that Disney, multi-billion-dollar company, gets all of these tax breaks, gets all of these, regulation deductions, whatever you want to call it. Yet at the same time, Universal Studios, which by the way, in my opinion, is significantly better. I've been to both. Universal is 10 times the quality. It's not woke. They're based, and quite frankly, the rides are better. And they don't get any protections. Disney does, though. So how is that a free market economy when one company clearly gets an advantage? And by the way, people are saying that, this is going to hurt Florida's economy. Disney is not leaving Florida. They would be stupid to do that. If they didn't leave Florida, how much money would that cost to build the behemoth of Disney World in Florida again? Where would they build it? Colorado? Who wants to go to Disney World in the middle of snow? I don't think they're going to Texas. I don't think North Carolina, maybe Georgia, but that's so much money. And no state that's, conservative or quote-unquote conservative would allow that. So Florida, is screwed over Disney for the right reasons. And the people defending Disney, they're just morons. But this example that Ellis gave, imagine if Newsom was doing this to Chick-fil-A. Why are we shilling for any of these corporations? None of these corporations are on our side. Chick-fil-A, sure, they had a base CEO 10 years ago that called out, gay marriage. But that was years ago. Who cares? And again, it's like that one meme. Here lies conservatism, It's like, what if we were on the other side or something like that? Geez, I wish the Democrats, were on our side or something like that. I forgot what the meme says. But this is essentially what it is. Loser conservatives. Again, they're called the loser right for a reason. They do nothing but play defense, defense, defense. Well, DeSantis, he's going on the offense, going on the offense, going on the offense, continuously. And these cowards are not only, siding with Disney, but giving legal, advice. Again, Jenna Ellis, she is going to lawyer up for Disney if they offer it. It's some of the most bizarre things I've ever heard. And again, people, do not trust these clowns. The ones that are defending Disney here, do not listen to. They're full of shit. They're making it sound like that, oh, Disney's getting taxed. Read the bill. Just read the bill right here. This section here. Oh, no, wait, this is the wrong one. Here it is. This section here. All it says is any independent special districts established by a special act prior to the date of the ratification of the Florida Constitution on November 5th, 1968, in which was not reestablished, re-ratified, or otherwise constituted by a special act or general law after the Constitution was signed, is dissolved. That's all it does. It doesn't, tax the crap out of, Disney or anything like that. It just removes tax breaks. So how is this not a free market economy or a free market play? It is. It's removing special restrictions on Disney. So it's like, okay. So that's just one story. And people need to understand why DeSantis is doing this. It all started with the quote-unquote "don't say gay" bill. Folks, the quote-unquote "don't say gay" bill doesn't mention the word gay anywhere. What it does, however, is simple. It bans the talk of any sexuality, which, by the way, why are we talking about sexuality to freaking third graders? There's no reason for it. It bans the talk of this crap, this filth, to third graders and below. It should be, seventh graders and below, but that's just me. This is all the bill does. And also, what's wrong with, giving parents notification on what their children are learning? This is why Disney is mad. What? And people are saying that, oh, many people are going to be on Disney's side. You're like, oh, they're going to all support this protest of Florida. I hope everybody realizes what's happening with Netflix. Netflix, which for years was going more and more and more woke. For the first time in a decade, they lost subscribers. You heard that right, folks. Netflix lost subscribers. And you know why? It's not because, households are sharing the passwords. No. The reason is simple. Wokeness. Go look at every Netflix original the past, 2 years. Go look up a certain movie on Netflix, which, by the way, they're going to get sued into oblivion for. Again, everybody probably knows what it's called. It starts with the letter C. Not going to finish it because it's disgusting, degenerate, and quite frankly should be banned. It's pedophilia. That's what it is. And that's when this loss of subscribers started, really. But now it's really kicking in. So Disney is not going to benefit from this. In fact, they're going to get screwed. Absolutely screwed from this. They're going to lose a lot of Disney Plus subscribers. Again, if you're still subscribed to Disney Plus, only do it for the Kenobi show. Outside of that, get the hell off of Disney Plus. That's the only reason I still have Disney Plus. So with that out of the way, there is one more story that is developing that I think everybody needs to look at. Just watch this video by President Trump just yesterday.
We grew the conservative movement into a working people's movement, and we transformed the Republican Party into the working people's party. And we are never, ever going back. We've increased our size massively. We're winning areas now that we never thought possible. I think we're going to have a tremendous 22. We had a tremendous 20, but bad things happened. Very, very bad things happened. And we're going to have a great, great 24, but we have to watch the vote counters. Our movement must continue to pursue a populist, nationalist, economic agenda that puts working families before globalist politicians and woke multinational corporations who are mentally ill in many cases. They're sick.
So you just saw President Trump say what you probably heard him say. He quote-unquote said, "We grew the conservative movement into a working people's movement, and we are never ever going back. Our movement must continue to pursue a populist, nationalist economic agenda that puts working families before globalist politicians." Think about what he just said there. These are words we have not heard Trump say in years. I mean, I think it was 2016, 2017 when he used the word populist. But he's talking about populist, nationalist economic agenda that puts American working families ahead of globalist politicians. These are words we have not heard him say in years. And when we've had him, say those words, it was like for 5 milliseconds. This was a huge part of Trump's speech, talking about economic nationalism, Americanism, not this globalist agenda. And you notice he used these words, not, libertarianism, that we must, adhere to all free market principles. He's talking about, a free but fair market. And this is a good thing. This is what Trump needs to talk about more. If he continues to talk about economic nationalism, which is what I consider myself, and a lot of people on the right do, if he continues to talk about this, he is going to win in an absolute landslide in 2024 because people want to hear that. People love low taxes, but they don't want, Bill Gates paying a 2% tax rate. That's not what people want. People want lower taxes for working families. They want pro-family policies, which Trump addressed in the speech as well. He wanted pro-family policies. This is good stuff. And you notice, he's been talking more and more like this ever since J.D. Vance's endorsement. From what I know, alright, again, I don't know everything, but from what I've heard, Trump's getting more advice from the J.D. Vance people, some of his campaign advisors. They're talking to Trump. They're telling him what people really want. And if this continues, folks, the whole idea of a nationalist Republican Party becoming a reality, that's very likely. And I hope that happens. I hope everybody does. That would be a huge development for the right. Now, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you did, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, we will always put America first. Thank you so much for watching.